to invest it into creating value. So you take your money and buy value. You buy value for yourself. You're buying as much value as you possibly can. Rich people looking to buy value: land, property, any asset, anything that's going to make more money because it has value. Create a brand, create a company, whatever the case is. This exact candle was where I entered in because I saw this other fair value gap. Now, even though you had this impulsive move coming down, you were filling this gap, and then you gapped away as well. So that's all confirmation for me why I entered this trade. And another thing I should tell you is that I know what I mean. Bro, I had a great trade this morning, bro. I get ahead of myself. Welcome back to another video. It's currently Friday, 17th of May. Fridays don't be like this, but usually, well, currently the market ain't really trading in like normal market conditions. But I didn't get a chance to pull out the camera or record the screen before I entered the trade, because I was going to, bathe. Had to shower, for people who don't call it that. But I sent this out to the chat before I did. I sent it out at 10:14. 10:14 is when I got into the trade. Yeah, 10:14. Right upon, like, since I already I'm actually out of the trade. I'll give you all the breakdown, tell you why I exited, tell you why my take profit is there, why my stop is there, and everything. I have two take profits, one at 95 and one at 16.8. 18.6, 18. Yeah, but let's see what happens. So I saw this movement here and noticed, first of all, let's come back out on the 15. Right, we have this bullish movement here, and then price made an all-time high yesterday right there, which was at the take profit. I honestly guessed, though, I being very honest with you, it was an open take profit. I was like, all right, I'm gonna settle for 18,675. Price didn't go a pip over the bro and reverse. So price made this all-time high, took the low that was farmed before a previous high was broken. So I was like, all right, cool. We might want to go down a little bit, we might want to come up, because we still above any recent territory or any known territory for us, or recorded territory at least. So I'm looking at price. I noticed that this low right here, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. This low here was yesterday's low, Thursday the 16th, and this morning around like 4 a.m. that low was taken. So I said, all right, that might count as manipulation, the sweep on liquidity. So I was looking at it and I saw there was a fair value gap here. There was also a high that was farmed before that low was taken. Let me just, so you guys could see a bit better. Right, so all right, that was way off, but you still get the idea. This low was taken by this candle here, or this move, right? And the high that was farmed before that move got broken to the upside. I say this over and over every day in my videos, or at least every time I'm explaining my strategy. When I forget, I tell you I ain't gonna keep explaining it over and over. I just want whoever is struggling and need a little extra edge. It's something very simple to understand. You could get it. You could get it in 10 minutes, bro. Just watch these videos, watch the same thing I keep doing over and over and over. You're gonna see it. I'm gonna keep explaining it until you get it. So it was taken. Then this high is important because it was farmed before this liquidity was taken. So this was yesterday's liquidity. It was not just any random liquidity. So once I saw this high was taken, it wasn't taken so impulsively to the upside. However, it still had this fair value gap here, which could still be valid, and it was a low risk trade because the entry was this low and my stop would be right below here because this is the low that took liquidity. So knowing that, I saw price come down here. I actually came to the charts at exactly 10:05 because, as I said, journaling told me, yes, my journal told me in my ears, a secret, that when I take trades before 10 a.m. I'm more likely to lose, right? So I don't take trades before 10. That's how my strategy works. So exactly 10, I come to the charts, I see what's going on. I was watching the charts since I woke up this morning, but just looking for an entry or a possible trade at 10 a.m. So I saw the price come down here in this fair value gap, which was formed after liquidity was taken and before the high that formed that move was broken. So price came down, touched that fair value gap, and when we zoom down to the smaller time frames here, you would notice that that fair value gap also exists on the 5-minute. So this was now the new important low. I didn't want to see this low being swept because that would mean, you know, price wants to go down. That's where liquidity is now. So once this low was formed, I realized this low wasn't important, so no need to pay attention to this one. I want to pay attention to this one. So that's where I put my stop initially. My stop was below here, and I wanted to see how price would react because I didn't enter directly soon as price come down to this. I watched, I saw, alright, a wick was formed, price pushed up, and then price came back down into this area. And price came down on the close of this candle right here, this first bullish candle, and I'll go down to the smaller time frame so you see to put that candle right there. I watched, and at the close of this candle right here is where I actually entered the trade. And when we go down to the smaller time frames, we'll be able to see right here at the close of 10:13 over to 10:14. That's when I entered the trade. At 10:13 I entered the trade because I saw this bullish move, and right where I have this markup right there, that was a high. So seeing that high broken, seeing this gap that was formed when price retraced to fill this smaller gap as well on the 1 minute, because remember on the larger time frame, 5-minute and 15-minute, here we have a gap around this area, and price came down, filled that gap. Now I want to see the same action moving away from that gap. I want to see an impulsive candle. Boom, impulsive push, right? Right there was the impulsive push. Even here was the impulsive push because right here did not break or touch the fair value gap in the past there. It did not break or touch. So this high necessarily did not need to be broken. This high, however, because let me just clear the rest before it. So this high right here, right, was the high that was formed before that fair value gap was filled with this down move right there. Now I would like to see that high because it's important. It was the high that was formed before something, an area of interest, was taken out or filled. So I would love to see that area broken impulsively to the upside. That's what I saw. I saw a fair value gap as well during that same move that broke that high, which is all confirmation. So price came back down into it, and that's where I was looking, because this is a little fair value gap as well right now. This right here is a little fair value gap. So price reacted in that area. Even though it broke a little bit lower, it didn't take out liquidity, and that's what I was looking at. This exact candle was where I entered in because I saw this other fair value gap. Now even though you had this impulsive move coming down, you were filling this gap, and then you gapped away as well. So that's all confirmation for me why I entered this trade. And another thing I should tell you is that I entered this trade with the 0.50 lot size that I initially took the large loss on when I started the challenge, but I split it in two. So I had two entries of 0.25 instead of 0.50. It was going to be a different place because I entered this trade. The first trade, if I'm being honest, is it was here. It was like here when I saw the push up on this candle right here and close like as a pin bar. I was like, alright, cool, I'm going to enter. Had a little bit of drawdown, and I was like, I want to enter again. I really want to enter again. See this price push up, come down back into here because it did take out this high, and this was supposed to be like an intermediate high because you touching and full in a fair value gap, but it didn't break any lows. That's why I didn't count it as like such a serious high. But still, price was repeating itself. Gave a gap, retraced into that gap, and then just started pushing up with a healthy move to the upside. I came back after I came out of the bathroom like 15 minutes later, and I was in good profit. I actually got out of this trade around like here 15, probably 88 or so. Yeah, because initially that's where my take profit was, but then I you know, did further analysis and was like, okay, price can come up to 18,598. That's possible. But I just want to like play it safe and just tell everyone put their take profit at 18,595. It just be, you know, them small differences that could make or break your account, because price could reverse right at the pip below. Like, I we only 1 minute, right? So I could show y'all what happened yesterday. Like, I couldn't even believe it, to be honest. Like, right there. I mean, I could have believed it, but it's just that I didn't account for it in order to just be like, oh yeah, price reversed here. There's a usual story, because it's just above a low or just above a high, but it was none of that. Anyways, I'm about to show you the account. Boom. I disappear, right? Yeah, I disappear. I can still hear me though. Yeah. So it's 6,355. And the thing about this, bro, I should show y'all that equity curve. I am done trading for the day. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell everyone in the chat to just close with profits. I don't like how the price playing around before there. It might go, it might still shoot through, straight through the roof. So I just told everyone to either take partials or trail stop loss higher to above this intermediate high at this around price. Yeah, right here at 18,575. So, you know, worst case scenario, you come out with a lot of profit or more profit. So over here, I wanted to show you guys the dashboard so that like we could see that equity curve, if you want to call it. This ain't even update yet. We're like 6%. I mean, I got like 3% in one day. That it really does take one trade, like one good trade could do so much. And all you need to do is manage your risk until you get that one good trade. Like take a challenge of like with yourself where you take 10 losses in a account. You actually look forward to taking these 10 losses. Like say within the next 30 trades, I'm looking to take 10 losses that I manage well. And this account that I have, them 10 losses will do absolutely nothing to it, because I will have wins in them 30 trades, right? That's my sample size, or 20. That's my sample size. If I want to take 10 losses and 10 wins, my risk reward must be at least 1 to 2 for every trade, right? And you want to take them 10 losses. You don't want to over leverage. You want it to not make an impact in your account, and you want to look for that one trade. It really does be like that. I made 3% today, which is not bad, which is good. I can't even say that's not bad. I wasn't looking to make 3%, but it happened. I was only risking 0.5%. Even though I used that extra large lot size, I got it from almost the bottom. So it has not updated as yet, but once it updates, I coming back and show you all the equity curve, bro, because we were here at 352, and currently when I started like losing from 352 coming down, I was saying to myself, damn man, that's like all the work that I put in, all the time that I take to get there, it just gone. Now we at 355. I am literally back up above where it went a week later. May 8th was when? Monday? Wednesday. Last Wednesday. 1 week later. 1 week later, I'm above where I was. That's crazy. That's crazy. I definitely want to stay away from the if I could do it, you could do it thing. The cliche is fudge. I live in Guyana, bro. I ain't gonna say we backwards, but we in forwards. It's not a real place. It's really and truly not a real place. A whole land full of NPCs. And grateful. I love my NPCs, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't choose to live anywhere else, to be honest. Unless, you know, circumstances change. But I love the country and the people. But Guyana is not a real place. And if anybody from Guyana could do it, regardless of where you are in the world, you could learn the skill, bro. You could learn them. I don't even know why I give me all that whole speech. This is phase 1 of this challenge account, but it just feels good to be disciplined, man. It feels good to follow your system, your rules, and see it play out. And we all know once we trade in Forex, our challenge account, a little bit different than demo, but it's basically the same thing, right? When you're on demo, you still have some sort of emotion, little bit emotion involved, and no risk. But when you're trading live, whether it's a challenge, your personal funds, whatever it is, a prop firm account, your emotion is involved. And once you could replicate whatever you're doing in your live account, your challenge account, you could do it on a $100,000 live prop firm account. You could do it on $1.2 million funding. It's a percentage thing. It's not about the dollar. You see, just now I'm focusing on the fact that I made 3% in one day because I understand the possibility. If it was $1 million, bro, just picture that. I don't quote me on this, but I think that's $30,000. Alright, so I just wanted to give you like a real quick talk on an idea that I had yesterday with time. Like I heard someone said time is money, and it really got me thinking, like, is it though? Like, time is money, but is it though? Because I mean, let me like look at this, bro. So they got two types of bank accounts, right? Generally, check-ins and saving accounts. So I like to classify it now as two different types of time. You have your productive time and you have me time, right? Productive time and me time. But time itself, whether it's productive or me time, unless you make yourself valuable, the time itself isn't worth much. If if an employer tell you that your time is worth $5 an hour, $10 an hour, however $US an hour, and that's where you settle for, then that's fine. That's how much your time is worth. You're skipping a major step, and by the end of this little explanation, I hope you catch on. But the idea is time translate to money, but you first have to make yourself more valuable to earn more money. If you're a trader, for example, you know you can earn $1,000 an hour. You wouldn't want to go outside and just sit doing nothing for 2 hours. You know that you sitting for 2 hours is the same thing as you not making $2,000, right? So you view the time different because you know your value. You understand what you assigned to however long, right? Same as an employer or an employee, right? You're not gonna want to miss a day because you know how much you get paid during that day, right? You view your time that way. But just check me out, right? How do you become more valuable, right? You have to first invest that time that you have. Everybody got time. That's like, let's keep it along the lines of a bank, right? Everybody do have a large bank account. You know, from the day you're born, you just have time. It's counting down, right? But you still have time. It's not ending at the end of every day. It's not restarting. It's just one flow, and you get to choose what you do with that one flow. But if you don't invest the time that you have in giving yourself more value and creating value for others, even because giving others value is valuable, right? If you have a product, if you have a skill, if you refine your talent, you have a style, you know, that's value. You have a different approach towards the same thing that everybody loves. That's value. Trust me, you educate. That's value as well. So stick with me here, right? Think about an employer. I'll get to this equation in a moment, but I just want to explain this. When you work for that person, time that you spend on that person, don't worry the money that person giving you. Just worry about the time that you're spending doing work for that person. There's a reason why they're paying you in exchange for money. Because the time that you are spending, you and every other employee is spending on that employer is making them more money than they can afford to pay you for your time. Because your time is paying for their money. Your time doesn't matter to them. Your value matters to them. And they try to pay you according to your time that you spend your value on them. Just alright, hear me out. What I say again? If you have 2 children and you spend more time with one of them, won't the one that you spend time with feel more valuable? Won't they feel as though you appreciate them more? And won't you as the parent, if you are a parent, won't you as the parent feel a bit more attached to that child? Won't you value that child a little bit more? Here's another one. If you have, let's say, a partner or even your friends, right? You spend extra time with that partner, they become more valuable. You spend less time with them, they feel as though you don't appreciate them that much. They're not worth that much to you. They don't have that much value to you. You will feel the same way as well. If someone spends a lot of time with you, you feel like you're valuable to that person. you feel more value based on the time the person invests in you. So it's the exact equation. We're working with this exact equation. So, alright, I'm gonna explain this here, but just keep this in mind that you're seeing on the screen as well, right? Influencer or a movie star. The seconds that you are taking watching the video is literally increasing that person's value. They are providing value to you, right? So that you spend your time on them and they become more valuable and sell that value for money. They don't have time for bother with the money. They want the value. The values, think of the TikTok shop thing where I don't know if it's this TikTok shop or Create or something, where they send different stickers and emojis or whatever you call it, and the creators could then sell them emojis because it translates into US dollars. Think about it. That's exactly the same thing. They don't care if you try to send them $1. They prefer you send them a specific type of sticker or something that's gonna cost more dollars. It's better for you to send them that sticker than sending them $1 through Cash App. They would prefer 10 of those stickers than $10 from Cash App. Why? Because it's valuable. It has more value. Alright, let me continue, right? So let's say, for example, time is measured in years, and time is equal to 1 unit of value, right? Let's say 1 year is equal to 1 unit of value, and 1 unit of value is equal to $1 million. What we have is persons spending their time to earn this instead of this. They're just completely leaving out the value. Like, nobody even focusing on value. Like, value isn't something that's taught in schools. It's not, they got no videos on it on your YouTube or anything, but value is so important to our everyday life, especially when it comes to money, right? Let's see. Oh, right here. Instead of spending your time on creating value, most persons spend their time working directly for money. The correlation will not ever come out because you need more value in exchange for money. You can work for 10 years, and as long as you don't have the value, you will not reach that $1 million. That's legit shit. You do not have the value, you will not meet that 1 million. But if you take 2 years to develop value, you get to that $1 million in a day. So the equation is time equals value and then equals money. But look at how you do it. Look at how you do it. We actually have time for free. This is one of the few things in the world that's free. You don't pay a single thing for time, right? Free. You have time, and what do you do with, let's say this is a currency. This is all currency. Let's look at it from a trader's perspective, right? Time, value, and money, they're all different currencies, right? You can spend, you can sell, or buy. All of them. You can buy person's time. You can pay them money. That's what employers do. You can pay or buy people's value. That's what a freelancer would do. Or someone who's hiring a freelancer, because a freelancer would charge differently. He wouldn't charge an hour, he might charge per task, right? That's the value he provides. You can even buy money or sell money. That's forex trading. We do that. So let me see. With your time that each and every last one of us is a more than multi-billionaire with, you need to invest it into creating value. So you take your money and buy value. You buy value for yourself. You're buying as much value as you possibly can. Rich people looking to buy value, land, property, any asset, anything that's going to make more money because it has value. Create a brand, create a company, wherever the case is, it has value. So they want more and more of it. They don't care about the money. Just give me more value, more and more value. Because once you stockpile this value, it's like stocks. You invested in stocks, you stockpile it, the price goes up. Your value goes up. What is time to do? Sell for money. You then take this value and you sell it. You sell it for money. You sell as much of your value as possible for money. And every one value you sell, you get 1 million. Instead of every 1 day you work, if you're working directly for time, every 1 day you work, you get what, $10, $100 even? 100, and I doubt they get much like occupations paying $100 a day. Not even in the States, but hey, $100 a day when every value you sell is $1 million. But it's just that you take a lot of time to invest in your values. This guy look like a boob. Man, look at it, like one side bigger than the other side. But y'all catch me drift what I'm saying, right? I really and truly hope this registers to somebody. Do not skip values. Do not leave out value. Do not look at money. Do not care about money, because you understand that instead of going for change, piece. You can create value, and your value is worth whatever you put it as. If your value is worth $25, right, and your occupation is paying you $25 a day, you just need to sell one value instead of going to work for an entire day. Just picture it. You just need to sell one value. This value could be anything. It could be clothes, it could be food, it could be education, it could be a skill, a talent, it could be making people laugh. It's value. As long as you have style to it, you can make demand for your value. I really wish I could explain this in color and sound and motion and light and all the other senses so that you could really understand how much weight value has. But bro, this changed the game. Just really wanted to let somebody know about that. Really nothing else. Don't want this video to be long. I don't know if this is gonna be a continuation from my last one or a brand new video. It might be a brand new video because I want the point to get out there. Focus on value, my guy. If you're investing time to learn a business, if you're investing time to learn a skill, if it's trading, great. Focus on learning first. Don't worry about the money. Develop the skill. Everybody does say it, but this is the equation. It's not anything to do with trading. It's not anything to do with owning a business or working for somebody. This is just the equation of money. You will not get a lot of it if you do not follow this equation. Plain and simple. You will not get it. You will not get it. There is no other way. You don't have money to buy you value, then give you time. You don't have value to give you time, then give you money. No other way. It is time to invest or buying value and then selling value for money. That is it. And that's also it for this video. If you got any value from it, only thing I would ask you to do is like, comment. If you're feeling extra generous, hit that subscribe. But that's it for this video. Catch you in the next one. Peace.
Bye, have a great time.